in each and every one of you. Some of you may know me from JNF actually, because I do work in the JNF office. I'm privileged to work in the JNF office because we do wonderful things for Israel, as I'm sure you all know. Not only do we do wonderful things for Israel, we do wonderful things here too. You just heard Igal speak, he's our education shaliach. We focus on growing our future, which is our tagline, the younger generation, the youth movements, and the young adults as well, because they are our next generation. I have an 11-year-old daughter, and my other passion is energy healing. And I'm really, really excited to be here today because when Sheila asked me to talk, I thought, what can I bring? What can I gift you with that you go home with that you can actually use in a practical sense? Now, we are energetic beings. The universe is made up of energy. It's all energy. We are all energy, and even in the empty spaces that you feel are empty, they are filled with energy, yeah? And energy is actually it's spiraling energy. It's spirals of energy. Energy spirals, okay? Now, I want to first start talking about the physical body, because we have our physical body. All right, and then we have our auric field, okay, our energetic body. Now, before I continue, I actually would like a show of hands. Has anybody here ever experienced energy work? Yeah? And alternative therapy, acupuncture, chiropractics? Yeah? Okay. Now, who here believes in angels and the angelic realm? Yeah? Okay. Who here is skeptical? Okay. All right. Good. So, we have our physical body. All right? Now, why is it called holistic healing? Okay? It's called holistic healing because people who work with energy address the whole energetic system. So we have our physical body, and the physical body is the densest form of the expression of our soul. Okay? We inhabit our physical body. Yeah? Now, in our auric field, we have our emotional body, we have our mental body, and then we also have our spiritual body, and it expands. So, even though all we see is our physical body, we also have an energetic field, okay? And so sometimes when we interact with others, not sometimes, always, when we interact with others, our energy field actually is intertwined with other people's energy fields as well. And so we can pick up on other people's energy. If people stand in a full lift, people tend to go like this because people want to bring their energy in. Some people, when you catch the bus, for example, when you've walked onto the bus and you're in a really good mood and you sat next to somebody and they're in a terrible mood, you don't know that, but then when you get off the bus, your energy has totally changed and you don't understand why. Yeah? This is how energy works. It's unseen, it's really, really subtle. Okay? Now, when we go to doctors and we look at Western medicine, which is really, really important because it helps us with diagnostics and it helps us actually treat the symptoms. Yeah? Alternative practitioners look for the cause. because you may treat a symptom. You have a headache, you take a pill. Yeah? What's causing the headache? Because if you don't look at the cause, the headache is going to come back. Yeah? So it becomes a lifestyle. Okay? Now, that,
me,
yes.
a good doctor looks for the reasons. Not every doctor will just give you a pill.
No, of course, I agree with you. I agree with you. But there are emotional reasons and there are mental reasons. So for example, in our body, we have energy systems that are called chakras, okay? And there are 7 major chakras in our body, okay? And we have the base chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. Now each chakra, not only is it responsible for energy entering the body, okay, it's also responsible for the organs in specific areas, but it's also responsible for emotions and beliefs in specific areas, okay? We have meridian systems. This is the Chinese medicine with the meridian systems that are also energetic channels in the body. And they're also responsible for the organs and for emotions and also thought patterns. So for example, anger is known to sit in the liver, yeah? Resent is known to sit in the gallbladder. So a lot of people with gallstones have resent that they don't treat. They don't give room for. A lot of the times we're very good at stuffing down our negative emotions, you know, because we don't want to feel them. Grief sits in the heart, you know. A lot of people, a lot of women who experience grief, they end up with breast cancer because they don't look at the grief, yeah? So it's going a deeper layer. And it's really important to feel these negative emotions because that's how we can give them room and acknowledge them and release them much sooner than actually having them in our energy field and have them fester. Because what happens is that it actually starts out here with a negative thought pattern or a negative emotion. And if we ignore it, that's when we start to feel the pain in the body. So when we feel pain in our body is actually trying to talk to us and tell us something. Our body is really, really intelligent. So it's about listening to why does it hurt, where it hurts, and what is it trying to tell me. Now the beauty of energy work and the simple tool that I'm going to teach you today is that it's okay if we don't know. It's okay, you know, sometimes we don't know, but the beauty about energy is that energy has its own intelligence, universal life force energy, whether it's Reiki, some people use Reiki specifically, but anybody can work with energy. It's a gift from the universe. And you know what's beautiful about the gift? We can take it with us wherever we are. We don't have to carry it. We are the conduit because you need your heart, your hands, and the universal energy. And you can do that anywhere. You can do that anywhere. Okay? So, the energy has its own intelligence. It will know to take the fastest route to where it needs to go. So shortly I will take you just through a quick exercise so that you can understand and open the channel so that you can start to actually channel energy through the palms of your hands and start to practice this so that when you have an ache or a pain or heart palpitations or anxiety or panic attack, a headache, whatever it is, all you need to do is actually put your hands wherever you feel called, whether it's directly on the pain, on the specific pain, yeah, or place it on your heart, wherever you feel called, and you call in the energy, and that's all you need, because you know the power of intention is really, really important. The power of the spoken word, yeah. It is said that God created the world with speech, with letters. It's about thought, speech, action. So our thoughts are really important, and it's really important to catch ourselves out, you know, when we can, hear our thoughts and see what we can do to change them. So calling in the intention of healing is really important. Now also, our hands are an extension of our heart, okay? Now, heart, you notice the word for heart in Hebrew? Lev, that's right. The gematria of Lev is 32, yeah? 3 and 2 is 5. We have 5 fingers. The heart is the extension of the hand. Yad, the gematria of Yad, hand, yeah, is also 5. Okay? Now also, our heart, the magnetic field of our heart is 500 times stronger than our brain. Okay? Our heart has 40,000 neurons that sends messages to our entire body. So it's also really important to pay attention to the emotion and the state of our heart. And so when healers do any work, it's always about moving into heart space. And if any of you meditate or have experience with any kind of work like this, people will always ask you to come into heart space. Now, what does that mean? Heart space is the feeling of love. When you think of, I'm going to ask you all now, just for a moment, think of something that you love, your children, your grandchildren, someone that you know that loves you. What does that feel like? Can you feel a shift in your energy when you are thinking of something that you love, that makes you feel good, that things that you love to do? That's why it's really important to do things that you love for your own well-being. And also being in gratitude. Gratitude, giving thanks for everything that you have, is a really, really powerful way of not only inviting more of that in, but being in your heart space. Okay? So, regardless though of whether you can access that when you put your hands on your body, the most important thing is to trust that the energy knows what it's doing. Because if you're not feeling well and you want to help yourself, you might not really be in heart space because you feel in pain. But all you need to do is call in the energy with your intention and place your hands. Okay? So, with your permission, if you will, I'd like to take you through a little meditation process that at the end of it, my intention is for you to have the energy flowing through the palms of your hands, just so that you can have that activated within you, so that you know what it feels like. Now, this can become a regular practice, or if it's easier, just when you feel cold, you can place your hands on your body, yeah? Because the activation is already there. Now, I just want to say that the human body is a conduit of light. So the more that you practice, the stronger the energy will become. Yeah, it's just like when I studied, I learned this in Israel. I did my first Reiki course in Israel. Okay, and of course in Israel we go to the army, and so she compared it to, you know, in the army when you take apart your gun and you clean it every day and you put it back together, your gun, the cane, the barrel, thank you very much. You know, that is clean and spotless. But of course, if we didn't do that every day, that would become rusty, right? So the more we do it, the better it is for our own well-being. And it's such an easy practice, such an easy practice. And all it takes is a few moments a day. Yeah, I do it at night when I go to bed, because it's a beautiful way to fall asleep, and that way you're falling asleep and you're actually giving yourself life force energy. And when you are in that heart space, you're actually increasing your immune system, you know, and your own well-being, and you're also prolonging the aging process as well. Yeah, it's very regenerative. Okay, so now, if you will, I would just like you to sit in a comfortable position. Yeah, feel comfortable to just put your bags on the side. Yeah, sit up straight in a comfortable position. And I'm just going to ask you to close your eyes. Okay, and take in a deep breath. And one more deep breath as well. And I just want to ask you to visualize a big golden bubble around your energy field. And this golden bubble is also for protection, so that we only allow in the right kind of energy. Okay? Now with your next breath in, I would like you to connect to energy from above, from the sky. And I would like you to draw that into your head, into your crown. And once that is into your crown, I want you to start bringing that energy down through your face, down through your neck, down through your torso, and I want you to start bringing it down all the way to your buttocks, down to your legs and to your feet. I know some people may need more time to do this because it's a practice, but just know that with the intention this is happening. And when the energy is all the way down to your feet, I want you to send it to the ground, into the earth, into the heart of Mother Earth, all the way down to the core, yeah? And send that energy, I want you to wrap it around the core of the earth, and when you are ready, I want you to start bringing that up, back up, all the way back up, to your feet, all the way back up through to your legs. And I want you to hold that energy in your heart. When it reaches your heart, I want you to keep that energy in your heart, and then from your heart, I'd like you to extend it out to your shoulders, down your arms, and to your palms. Okay? Now you are connected to the sky above, to the earth below. You are grounded, you are protected, and I want you to send the energy to your palms. Okay? Now, if you will, I'd like you to open your eyes. Thank you. What I would like you to do is I want you to hold your palms like this, all right? And I want you to imagine that you have a big ball of light in between your palms. Okay? And I want you to focus on the energy of the ball of light in between your palms. Okay? Now, can anybody feel the energy in their palms? No? Yes? You can? It's really subtle. It can be like tingles. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Now you can play with it. So see what it feels like. You know, you can make it smaller. You know, you can expand it and see what it feels like when you play with that. Okay? So that is the energy, and I wanted to take you through that exercise so that you can actually feel it. Now I want you to place your palms on your heart.
Which one? Which hand?
You can, it doesn't matter. You can place both on your heart, one on your heart, one on your stomach, however you feel called. Okay? And so that is how you are now gifting yourself the gift of healing energy that knows exactly where to go in your body, that it can work on a feeling, an emotion. It can uplift you if you're feeling down. It can work on pain. So if you have a headache, you know, all you need to do is take a moment and lie down. If you can remember to go through this process, wonderful, because once again, the more you do it, the stronger it will become. But if you forget, all you need to do, or if you're not in the space, is to put your palms on your head if you have a headache, and ask for the energy to flow. Okay? You can put it on any place in your body where there is pain. All right? And it's a practice. So that's one tool, okay? Another thing that you can do, actually, is that because it comes out through the palm of our hands, we can turn it into a laser. All right? And we can actually use it as a laser. And that can intensify the energy, yeah? So sometimes if I have a headache, I can do that, but sometimes if I really want to pinpoint it, I will do this, and then I can also do figure eights, okay? Now, I have a daughter, today she's 11 years old, and even today she falls and trips and gets bruises, but when she was a baby, you know, she fell out of her pram, okay? The first thing I did, and she got a book I left right here on her head, you know, the first thing I did was pick her up, and I took her and I started doing figure eights like this on her head here, and I could see with my own eyes there was no bruise, there was nothing. Thank God she was fine. You know, I use this all the time, and it really, really helps, and it's really, really simple, and it's a wonderful practice. Okay, some other tools that are really, really simple and that you can take, I will give you 2 more to take away today, is that here we have a thymus gland, here, okay? Now our thymus gland is responsible for our endocrine system and our lymphatic system, okay? And if we rub it or just tap on it, you know, it increases our energy. If we are feeling that we don't have energy, that we're tired, that we're faint, all we have to do is this, you know, the apes in the jungle, Tarzan, whenever they're angry or they want to, they go, ah! That's what they're doing, instinctively.
We get that one so we hear.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Every time Monday when it's every time we come, that's exactly how we do it.
That's wonderful, and it strengthens your immune system. And so today with COVID, you know, you really, really want a strong immune system. So even if you remember to do this a few times a day, that helps strengthen your immune system. Okay?
How many times a day?
Just once a day in the morning. If you just do this, like this, every morning or whatever suits you, you know, this will strengthen your immune system. It's just, remember the practice. It's simple, you know, and this is how we can empower ourselves and help ourselves.
But how long do you expect yourself?
You don't need much. You can just decide 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah? Or any time that you're feeling weakness, any time that you're feeling weakness and that you need an energy burst, okay? Yeah? Another spot is here. This is a spot in the conception vessel meridian, okay? This is the Chinese medicine, that if you are feeling faint, yeah, like you want to pass out, you tap here, all right? I was once in a nightclub in Israel, and this woman passed out in the middle of the nightclub floor. Now, everybody huddled around her, yes, and I didn't know her, but I knew this, right? And I tried to get in there, you know, and I thought, I'm not going to do it. But you know what? You can do it energetically. Energetically is really powerful. And with my intention, that's what I did. And all of a sudden she woke up. Whether it was that or not, I don't know, but it's a real coincidence, you know? And then one more thing that I will give you is that, you know, do you all have days where we're just all schlemazzles, where we're tripping, where we're bumping into things, where things are falling out of our hands? We all have these days, yeah? And so this means that our energy system, the wires have been crossed. So how to rebalance our energy system, once again, it's this conception vessel here. All we need to do is think that it's like a zip, and we zip ourselves back up. So it's like we zip from the bottom all the way up to our chin, and we do it 3 times, okay? And this is how we recalibrate the balance between the right side of the body and the left side of the body. And then that will help you center. This, by the way, is also how we protect ourselves. So if you're very sensitive and you go into a space and you do not like the energy of the space, something doesn't feel off, or you don't like the energy of the people, you do this as well. And this will protect you energetically. Okay? It's really, really simple, it's powerful, and it works. Okay? One other simple tool that I will give you is that in the beginning of the process that I took you through, I asked you to put yourself in a golden bubble. Okay? I used that for the purpose of the meditation. What I personally do every morning and every night, and I teach my daughter, is that I put myself in a big golden Magen David. Yeah? Because the Magen David is a geometric, it's sacred geometry. Yeah? And it's a really, really powerful symbol. And if we visualize ourselves in the center of it, big and bright, it protects your energy field. You can put it around people that you love. You can put it around your house. You can put it around your car. Yeah? And it helps. Also, prayer is really important. I'm not religious, but I do believe in the power of prayer. It's really, really important. I do believe in God, or the Creator, or the universal life, or whatever you want to call it, yeah? But also, we have Malach Raphael, all right? Archangel Raphael, Raphael, he's the healing angel, all right? Our angels are always around us and they are always ready to help us. We just need to remember to ask for help, yeah? And then we also remember to always acknowledge them and say thank you. So when you feel you need healing support, then call on Malach Raphael and ask him for healing. You know?
Do you do all what you showed us standing or sitting?
Okay, so you can. So what I do, you can. As a practitioner, I can stand or I can sit. As a receiver, you can sit. You can lie down. Okay. However you feel comfortable, you need to feel comfortable. What is important when you do this is to not to cross your legs, because then the energy cannot flow. All right? And you want the energy to flow. Yeah? Does anybody have any questions?
So you said you were going to go through the Hebrew letters, and some of them actually correspond to chakras, don't they? With different feelings, to do some guided meditation through the Hebrew letters.
Okay, the Hebrew letters is a passion of mine. I can do a guided meditation with the letters, but I don't know that we have time at the moment because we are short. Yeah, no, 5 minutes is not going to. But let me talk about it and give you some background, you know, and then afterwards maybe we can discuss it more. So every Hebrew letter has its own intelligence, okay? Its own energetic vibration and its own energetic blueprint. Now, I work with Hebrew letters in a couple of ways. First of all, there is what's called healing with the tree of life, okay, based on the Kabbalah, and there are 32 pathways in the tree of life that are based on the letters and the numbers. Now, each letter sits in a specific organ in the body, all right, and also has a specific intelligence. So when you do that form of healing, once again, you're working physically, on the physical body, on the emotional body, on the mental body, and on the spiritual body. And the letters are absorbed in the energy field, and they do the work. They have their own intelligence. Okay? That's one way. Another way, or another tool, I should say, that I'm passionate about is the 72 name of God. Okay, now in the Kabbalah there is a 72 name of God, and it's the 72 3-letter combinations. They say that this is how Moses split the Red Sea. Each letter combination has a very specific energy, all right? So there is one specifically for healing. So for example, when you place your palms on your hand, whether you would like to put a Magen David on your palm, or visualize the tree of life on your palm, or the specific 72 letter combination for healing is Mem He Shin. Okay, so if you want to visualize Mem He Shin on your palm and then place that on your body, those are also ways to incorporate that. Yeah?
Let's repeat the letters.
Mem, He, Shin. Mem, He, Shin. Okay? So that's the specific letter combination for healing. There's one for joy, for protection, you know, for fertility. There are 72. There are a lot. So what I actually love to do is that I paint them. I create energetic paintings from them. So that because your soul recognizes the vibration. So that's how I work with them as well. And I also work with them in healing.
Does it matter whether those letters are in upper or lowercase?
No. No. Not at all.
What about numbers?
So with the Tree of Life healing, numbers also have a specific energy. They go into the fingers, but they also have a specific energy, and also in numerology. There's also a way of healing with people's names, which is about the numerology of the name, because our name, is our uniform. It's what we come down with, to walk this world. And our name holds a very specific energy vibration, and each letter of our name is a representation of our tools that we have come down with in this world to walk with. Yeah? And so there is a form of healing that you can also work energetically on the name. And you may know that people do readings, and you can go into a whole character reading about someone and their name. And that also turns into gematria, because in Hebrew, each letter is associated with a number as well.